Welcome back to FMR Therapy. JC here, and we're doing some knee stuff today. So now we're going to talk about extension, if you will, terminal extension of your knee. So this would be for anybody who maybe has a clicking or a popping in the knee. This would be for somebody who cannot not bend their knee. And potentially this would be for those of you other than, ruling out meniscal stuff. When you go to stand, your knee feels sort of locked and it feels like it wants to stay bent for a minute, and then after you get going, then it feels fine, right? So if it can get, sort of terrible to go from a flexed knee to a straight knee, this would be for you to try. You're going to need a compression band here, a little voodoo floss action. For those of you that are super knee bent, what I mean is when you guys are in a position, like a seated position with your legs out in front of you like this, and your knee is bent, it's just stuck that way. It's stuck bent. You can't really get it to go straight, right, and to unbend. If you can get the back of your knee on the ground or on the floor, what you should see is that your ankle or your foot come up off of the ground, right? That if you flex your quad or really just try to press the back of your knee into the floor, that you can get your heel and your ankle off of the floor in this kind of a seated position. That would be normal range of motion of the knee. That's not necessarily hyperextension, that's straight up just extension. So if you have a problem with that, this is definitely a tutorial for you. So get your voodoo band. What you're going to do is you're going to wrap your knee. We're going to start, so this is my knee here. I'm going to start just above my knee. Get a pretty good wrap there, just kind of covering the other band with about 50% coverage. We're going to go right over the kneecap, cover that whole knee. Now I'm going under the knee. I'm closer to that patellar tendon here. Under the kneecap, I should say. And then we're just going to pop that in. So now I've got my knee wrapped, right? With my knee wrapped, I'm going to go back to that same position that I was in, right? We'll do one leg here. And really what I'm looking for is to improve extension, right? So I'm going to be flexing my quads and really trying to just straighten my knee out and extend my knee. At the very same time, I'm going to grab on the other side of my kneecap. So if my kneecap is here, I'm going to grab this band just below that kneecap, and I'm going to gently grab this bone and roll it inward. Now when I'm grabbing that bone and rolling it inward, I don't want to just roll my whole entire thigh, my whole entire leg. I'm just rolling that lower bone. So I'm grabbing that bone with both my hands. I can get a good grip because of the band here. I'm grabbing and then I'm flexing, right? So I grab, I roll inward, right, towards the midline of my body, and then I flex my quad and straighten out my knee. Roll inward, really just grabbing my shin bone just below my kneecap, roll inward, flex, right? Roll in, flex, roll in, flex. Let's do this for, 30 seconds to a minute, just over and over and over. Just rolling in, flexing, relax, right? Roll in, flex, relax. And just work on that extension. If your foot starts to feel weird or you feel like something's going wrong in your limb, then something's going wrong in your limb and you should take the band off. It's probably too tight. So as long as you've got it wrapped pretty good, nice and snug, but nothing too crazy, then you should be able to do this for 30 seconds to a minute to, even something like 2 minutes where we're just working on that terminal extension of that knee. So rolling in, straightening, rolling in, straightening. And you'll notice I'm kind of doing a little pop when I straighten. I'm not slowly straightening my quad. You could do both. I kind of like to do that little pop because I'm really trying to make a difference in how that knee can extend. Once you're done, pop that off. See how that feels. See if you can get better extension just laying on the table like so. Or if when you go from a seated to a standing position, your knee feels a little bit better. Try it on both sides. See what the difference is. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time.